From chart-topping songs to personal battles, singer Wheesung's life was marked by both immense talent and deep struggles. His journey, full of highs and lows, ended in tragedy, leaving fans and the industry reflecting on a life cut short. But what happened behind the scenes that led to his tragic passing? Wheesung, known professionally as Wheesung or by the stage name Real Slow, began his journey in the music industry in 1997 as part of a backup dance team called ING. In 1999, he joined the short-lived boy group A4 but left after their debut album due to creative differences with the other members. Following that, he briefly became the lead vocalist for a rock band named MAME. He released his first solo album Like a Movie in 2002, which was widely praised by everyone. He followed up with more hits like With Me, The Day We Met Again, Incurable Disease, and A Year Gone By, solidifying his fame. But if you don't know him from his solo tracks, then you probably recognize him from his many collaborations, as he joined forces with many names including Lee Hyori, Seven, Jesse and Hayes, Ailey K. Will, and SHINee's Jonghyun, among many. Along with his solo work, Wheesung was also recognized for his talent in writing lyrics. He wrote for several popular tracks such as Lee Hyori's Hey Mr. Big, Boys and Girl, Tiara's Crazy Because of You, Orange Caramel's Magic Girl, and Twice's Dance the Night Away, to name a few. Despite his immense talent, Wheesung's career was also marked by a series of struggles, many of which were linked to substance use. It all started in 2012 when a controversy involving TV personality and actress Amy's misuse of propofol broke out. Around the same time, rumors began circulating about a male singer who was serving in the military being involved with the substance as well. In May 2013, it was confirmed that Wheesung was the singer involved, and reports showed he had been receiving propofol at various clinics during his military break since 2011. A month before, the police had searched 2 medical centers and found records linking Wheesung's time off to his drug use. The documents revealed that during his vacations, Wheesung had been illegally given propofol, Valium, and other substances. In response, Wheesung's legal team denied that their artist was under investigation and argued that he used the substance only for its intended purpose as anesthesia. They emphasized that his situation was different from celebrities like Lee Hyori and Jonghyun, who allegedly used propofol for illegal reasons, and insisted that Wheesung shouldn't be blamed. They added, "Wheesung feels he has been wronged. He has been hurt by this even though it's not true, and his activities after being discharged from the military will also take a hit." It was also claimed that propofol was used to treat a herniated disc and hair loss. The charges against him were dropped not long after, but he still had to spend 3 days in military prison for having an illegal cell phone, which his lawyer argued was used at the hospital, not at the training facility. One day after his discharge, Wheesung described the scandal as an incredibly difficult period, comparing it to living through unbearable hardship. To him, each day had felt like a struggle, making it a huge relief to finally move on. Reflecting on the disciplinary action, he acknowledged that his punishment had been relatively lenient. He felt both apologetic and grateful, as his conduct during service had been taken into account. Unfortunately, Wheesung would later face more issues related to substance use allegations. Almost 7 years after the initial propofol scandal, in April 2019, Amy brought it back to public attention by claiming that she hadn't been the only one involved in it. On her Instagram post, she claimed that a celebrity friend, referred to as A, had taken substances with her in 2012, but later pressured her into taking full responsibility. She alleged that this person had even considered blackmailing her to ensure she stayed silent. According to Amy, she had once admired this friend, seeing him as a soulmate. However, after she was investigated for substance use, everything changed. When questioned by the police about who had used propofol with her, she stayed silent, determined to protect him. Then she went on to say that before her arrest, rumors spread that she was going to be taken in. That's when she received a shocking phone call. Someone close to her claimed that A had suggested a disturbing plan to prevent her from talking. According to this person, the plan involved filming explicit videos of Amy as a form of blackmail. Fortunately, the person who received this request refused to go through with it and warned her instead. Amy added that as the investigation progressed, A was serving in the military and would call her every morning begging for her help. He repeatedly insisted that his career would be ruined if she spoke up, and even went as far as saying he would take his own life. She believed he was manipulating her kindness, but she still chose to protect him. However, once he completed his military service, he completely cut her off. In the end, she accused A of taking propofol and zolpidem with her and expressed her frustration that while she was still facing consequences for her actions, he was enjoying life on television as if nothing had happened. While she didn't name anyone, she mentioned that the the other person had been serving in the military at the time, leading many to speculate that she was referring to Wheesung. His agency, Real Slow Company, denied the allegations, assuring the public that if an audio recording of the exchange really existed, he would receive the necessary punishment. However, the situation turned out to be a lot different than it was presented, and it was all just a misunderstanding, but one which resulted in Wheesung's career almost being destroyed. In the end, Amy posted an apology, stating that she had misunderstood the situation and that Wheesung wasn't the one to blame. A year later, on March 31st, 2020, Wheesung found himself under police investigation again, this time for allegedly purchasing propofol in large quantities. While police were in the process of seeking an arrest warrant, Wheesung was discovered unconscious in a shopping mall bathroom in Seoul. At the scene, authorities found a plastic bag containing syringes and a bottle of etomidate. Once authorities confirmed the unconscious man was Wheesung, he was taken to the police station for testing. The results came back negative for substances, and since the substances he had used weren't classified as illegal, the police released him and plan to continue their investigation at a later time. The next day, MBN News reported that CCTV footage had been found showing Wheesung meeting with an unidentified man who handed him a black bag suspected to contain substances. The footage showed him getting out of a taxi, making a phone call, and then meeting the man. After a brief conversation, he received the bag from him and entered the building, and just 30 minutes later, he was found unconscious in the bathroom. This incident really shook the industry up, and netizens didn't hesitate to share their thoughts on online forums. Many expressed disappointment, suggesting that his behavior indicated a serious addiction if he had reached the point of using substances and ending up unconscious in a public bathroom. Instead of expressing concern for his well-being, many netizens seemed outraged by the idea that someone as talented as Wheesung could be dealing with addiction. It almost felt like they were more upset that he, of all people, could fall into such a situation. Some even questioned why Wheesung would take the substances in public rather than his own home. A commenter wrote, "If he's reached the point where he's obtaining these substances on his own and administering them himself, he's reached the point of severity, no? He's a total now." Unfortunately, the situation got even worse. On April 3rd, MBN reported that the man who gave Wheesung the anesthetic had been arrested by the Seoul Songpa police. Since the substance isn't classified as illegal, the police focused their investigation on how Wheesung obtained it. Then later that day, SBS's 8 o'clock news reported that Wheesung had been found unconscious on the evening of April 2nd in a hotel bathroom in Gwangjin, Seoul after using an anesthetic. The police discovered a syringe and a bottle containing the substance and took him in for questioning. Once again, since the anesthetic isn't classified as illegal, Wheesung was only questioned as a witness and later released. At the time, Wheesung's agency released a statement confirming that he was hospitalized after returning from the police station. They informed the public that Wheesung had been going through a hard time after his father and some of the people he had previously worked with passed away. Real Slow Company shared that on the day Wheesung was found unconscious, he had cut off all contact with his family. After returning home from the police station, he showed signs of severe depression and panic, leading to his hospitalization for treatment. The company stated that he had been receiving psychiatric care and was cooperating fully with the police investigation. They added that Wheesung felt deeply regretful and sorry for what had happened. On April 7th, the police announced that the court had rejected their request for an arrest warrant for Wheesung related to propofol use without providing a reason. It was then that Amy came into the picture again, taking back her apologies and claims. According to her, she was basically guilt-tripped into saying that Wheesung had nothing to do with the scandal, accusing him of using his alleged interest in her and his father's passing to get Amy to go back on her word. After saying that she would like an apology from him, she said, "I hope that he too, like me, will admit to any mistakes he's made if he's made them, recover his health, and return to being the innocent person he once was." Wheesung was eventually handed over to the prosecution and sentenced to 1 year in prison, with the condition that he served the sentence only if he broke any laws during a 2-year probation period. While he was banned from appearing on KBS in 2021, he still managed to hold a concert in December of that year as a special Christmas gift for his fans. However, his depression was getting worse. In April 2023, Wheesung opened up about overcoming his battle with alcohol addiction. By July, he shared his frustration with how people ignored mental health issues, which only deepened his sense of isolation and pushed him to a point where he felt hopeless. Later in December, he revealed that he had been staying at home for a while, explaining it was due to intense mental pain. This hinted that he had been living a more isolated life recently because of his mental state. By 2024, it appeared that Wheesung was making an effort to turn things around. On July 3rd of that year, he announced on his social media that his upcoming album would be rated 19+, with about 40% of it completed and set for release in winter. There were even plans for a concert with fellow soloist KCM scheduled for March 15th of this year. Tragically, on March 10th, 2025, it was confirmed that Wheesung had passed away at the age of 43. His agency, Ta Joy Entertainment, released a statement saying that Wheesung had suffered from a cardiac arrest in his home in Seoul and then was pronounced deceased. They went on to urge the public not to start rumors over his passing out of respect for his family. The news hit every K-pop fan pretty hard, as they were shocked to the point of not even believing the news at first. A devastated netizen wrote, "I cried because I was so shocked. Felt like the memories of my 20s just disappeared. I hope he's peaceful where he is now. Thank you for everything. Our heartfelt sympathies go out to Wheesung's family and those close to him during this difficult time. May he rest in peace."